If you've watched this channel for a while, you might be familiar with Tiny Life. It's a cute, chill, isometric life sim that gives you a swatch of tools and a family, and lets you design a tiny life for the tiny guys in your household. And, more importantly for this video, it's fun to make mods for. So I got it in my head that I wanted to make another one. It's fun, and I'd been meaning to make another mod with new gameplay and new furniture. And after a bit of deliberating, I decided on Tiny Louvre. It'd be an art mod focused on making paintings and sharing them with other players. Plus, I can't help but love a good pun. Side note, I promise I decided on the name before the Louvre got robbed. I only found out that it had been after it was out for a couple of days. Promise I had nothing to do with that. Anyways, with that idea in mind, it came time to figure out the implementation. I wanted paintings to be easily shareable, but I didn't want to run a server. I've accidentally DDoSed myself enough times for one life. Importantly, I also didn't want to force players to manually import individual paintings by hand, because that's annoying. Unfortunately, I didn't have any good ideas for how at the time, so I put it back up on the shelf, hoping I'd have my eureka at some point in the future. Well, a couple months later, I was working on another bot that might turn into a video at some point, and so I was perusing the Blue Sky API, and I noticed something interesting. You can make unauthenticated requests to a lot of API endpoints to get feeds and post content. Wait a minute. I think I have an idea. But I need to check something first. Does Blue Sky have intent links? And it does. They don't support any complex features like embedding images, but you can link users to a screen with a prepared post. It's all coming together. I can have a player's game request a list of posts on a hashtag, and add a share link that embeds paintings, and as long as I can convert them into text somehow, everything works fine. And best of all, I don't have to host a thing. But I still have to figure out how I'm going to convert those images to text. Blue Sky's text limit isn't too small, but it's only around 300 characters, and ideally I want to leave as much room as I can for people to type in whatever else they want in there. Well, the first step is to impose some constraints. I went with restricting paintings to 4 colors and limiting the canvas size to 10 by 14. This makes it easier to embed a painting, and makes it pretty simple to render the paintings on a wall in-game. Plus, it'll hopefully mean nothing heinous makes it onto museum walls. When it comes to encoding, a naive approach might be to just list the colors of each pixel in order. That's a bit inefficient though, each color is 3 bytes, so that'd be 420 bytes. Not terrible all said, but even if we only need 1 character per full byte, that'd still be almost 1.5 times our post limit. Thankfully, we can optimize. Since we only actually use the 4 colors, what if we just encode those colors up front, and then a number for each pixel? That already brings it down to 152. Already a huge improvement, but we can do better. Here's where it gets a bit more technical. If you know computers, you'll likely know that a byte can store up to 256 values, from 0 to 255. Well, if we're only storing numbers from 0 to 3, that's 4 states per number. We can actually fit 4 pixels in each byte. This brings our totals down to 12 bytes for color and 35 for the canvas. 47 is a whole lot better than 420. Now, how do we actually get these into a message? Well, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. Base64 is an encoding scheme that uses a combination of characters representing numbers from 0 to 63 to store information. This isn't quite 1 character per byte, but it's not bad at all, bringing our grand total to 64 characters for a whole painting. Neat! Okay, so we have a place to host the art and a way to encode it to post there. With that out of the way, we can get to the actual mod. For this one, I started working on the mod on stream with the developer of the game, Elpec. He offered to answer questions about the game and just talk to chat while I was focusing on the mod. On the stream, I got a good chunk done, adding placeholder furniture and getting a basic painting interface together. It wasn't anywhere near finished, but partially thanks to Elle, I got a good chunk of the basics down and had a new goal: get all the offline functionality working. At times like these, I love a good checklist. Let's see what we need to get done. I want to improve the interface. Specifically, I want to add a color picker and the ability to share and finish art. Then, finished art should be able to render the actual painting that the player made in world. Should also probably replace the placeholder textures. That white table is great, but it's no easel. Once all that's done, it should be enough for a beta build, so hopefully people can start finding bugs and making art ASAP. Just bang those out and get a beta out for the people to start playing with. Speaking of, if you want to help test betas, both for Tiny Life and Minecraft, and really anything else, see mod previews and more, be sure to join my Discord. There's a link in the description, or you can always just head to dc.blur.gay. Anyways, now that that's done, what about the rest of the mod? You know, online functionality, letting players actually see the shared paintings, half the point of the mod? Yeah, that. Well, about that. You know how I said some endpoints aren't authenticated? Well, maybe I didn't actually check that the one I was looking at wasn't authenticated, or maybe it just wasn't when I checked earlier. I don't actually know. The point is, it's authenticated now. Well, shit. I just got everything added to pull from a feed and load in posts. I don't want to have to redo everything already. You know what this situation calls for? That's right. Instead of changing the way the mod works, what if we change the way Blue Sky works? Well, that might sound a bit difficult, but you know what? User feeds have a similar format and don't require authentication by default. What if there was just a user feed that had all the Tiny Louvre paintings we were looking for, all in one place? That's right, baby, I'm making another bot! This one is super simple. Just periodically query the search endpoint for hashtag Tiny Louvre posts since the bot's last post, then repost anything new that's publicly visible. No sweat, everything's working again. Wait, where were we? Oh, right, actually getting the paintings in front of players. Just because the functionality is there doesn't mean players can actually see anything. Well, first off, there needs to be a place for all the paintings to actually go. Let's build a museum. All it needs to do is hold 20 paintings, and for fun I'll make it a valid museum lot in Tiny Life too. The Tiny Louvre is a small, modern museum with an open floor plan, 20 rotating exhibits picked from online submissions and classical works that get automatically updated when you launch the game. A rooftop garden, a lovely gift shop, and a painting garden so you can even make a masterpiece of your own on your day out. This map is packed right into the base mod, so it's available on any save where you have the mod installed, right alongside all the default maps in the options menu or when you're making a new game. Just enable the map and your tinies can visit anytime for a nice day out. You can check up on all the latest paintings, and if you're particularly interested in one, you can even order a print of it for your tiny's home, or check out the original post online. And for now, that's all. As always, I'm still looking to polish the mod up. I'd love to add more paintings so that offline players get a full experience, and the museum might do with a bit of polishing up too. You can download the mod right now, either directly off GitHub releases or by subscribing to Tiny Louvre on the Steam Workshop. This mod is compatible with 0.48.9, the most recent version as of the writing of the script, and I aim to keep it compatible with future versions too. A huge, and I mean huge, thanks to Elpec, who made Tiny Life and helped me out a lot when I was making this mod. Also thanks to Lace, who made the tracks in Tiny Life, some of which were used in this video. Lastly, be sure to get Tiny Life. It's a good game if you like life sims, it's pretty inexpensive, and it's been receiving constant content updates for a good while now. Like this video if you did, subscribe if you will, and leave a comment or join the Discord if you have a mod idea, for Tiny Life or anything else. Also, I heard about a new hype feature. If you see that under this video, be sure to give that a click. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.